In a world teeming with life, where every creature, big or small, has its place, sometimes all it takes is one person to change the life of a tiny soul, a bird struggling to survive, and a human offering a chance for survival. This is the story of a remarkable bond between a man and a bird, a bond that defied the odds and proved that the smallest acts of kindness can have the biggest impact. Helping fallen nestlings back to their nests is not just a kind gesture. It's an essential act in preserving our natural world. But sometimes it's just not possible to return these young birds to where they belong. No nest in sight, no adult birds around. So what happens when we find a creature in need but no way to return it to its home? We step up, we become that home. And this is where our story begins on May 22nd. A day just like any other, when a man found himself face to face with an abandoned chick, left all alone in the vast world. The little bird, helpless and terrified, called out, seeking comfort, seeking safety. The man, unsure of what to do at first, could see the fear in the chick's eyes. He could hear its desperate cries for help. In that moment, he knew he couldn't just walk away. But sometimes it's not as simple as just picking a bird up and taking it home. In cases like these, there is no nest to return it to, no parents to take over. So what do we do when we find a creature in need, but no way to return it to its home? The answer, we become that home. For the next several days, the man kept the bird close, feeding it, comforting it, and ensuring it felt safe. As the chick grew used to its new surroundings, its cries started to fade away, replaced by the soft, contented sounds of a creature starting to trust again. Day after day, the little chick began to grow stronger. At first, it was wobbly, its little wings flapping awkwardly as it tried to fly. Its first few attempts were clumsy, that kind of flapping that made you smile and wish you could offer a little more help. But the man didn't step in. Instead, he watched in awe as this tiny creature started to discover its own strength. The chick would fall, pick itself up, and try again. And every time, the man was there, a silent supporter, believing in the bird's ability to succeed. As the days passed, the chick continued to learn. It found comfort in new things like water. The man created a small bath, and once the chick was ready, it dove in, cleaning its feathers with a joy that could only come from pure freedom. This wasn't just about survival anymore. It was about thriving. The chick wasn't just adapting to life. It was learning to embrace it. Though it couldn't fly far just yet, it had learned to hop from one leg to the other. By day 10, it still couldn't forage for food, and the man knew the chick would have to learn that skill before it could be released into the wild. Then, by day 15, things started to change. The chick began to use its beak to pick up food, growing stronger and more skilled each day. It would perch on the man's shoulder, a silent request for food or attention, a sign of its growing attachment to him. In the days that followed, the chick spent more time flying around the man's house and garden. Every time the man called, it would land right back on his shoulder like it was home. But as the chick became more confident in its ability to forage and fly, the man knew the time had come for the bird to be free. However, when he tried to release it into the wild, something unexpected happened. The bird didn't fly away. It circled around and came back to the man. It landed right back on his shoulder, again and again. It seemed the bird wasn't ready to leave. No matter how many times it took flight, it always came back to the man, its savior. By now, the bond was undeniable. The man was no longer just a caregiver. He had become its family. One night, as the bird stayed outside with the man, something incredible happened. Other birds came to visit. They tried to tempt the chick into flying away to join them. But the bird stayed. It didn't leave. It chose the man over the freedom of the wild. It had found its home, its family, and it wasn't ready to give that up. This bond wasn't just about survival anymore. It was about love. It was about family. It was about finding something you never thought you'd find, a connection that transcends everything else. It was about a man and a bird choosing each other. When we step into the world of the helpless, the abandoned, and the lost, we're not just giving them a chance to survive. We're offering them a chance to thrive, a chance to belong, a chance to have a home and a family. Every act of kindness, no matter how small, can create a ripple that changes the world. Just like this man's act of kindness towards the chick, it changed everything, not just for the bird, but for him too. Their bond, their story, is a testament to the incredible power of compassion. So what can you do? What role will you play in the grand tapestry of life? Whether it's adopting a pet, volunteering at an animal shelter, or simply helping a lost animal find its way home, Each small act of kindness makes a difference. This story isn't just one of a man and a bird. It's the story of us all. The power we have to make a difference in the world around us. The power we have to show love, to show compassion, and to make the world a better place for every creature in it. Join us in making the world a kinder place. Share this story with someone who needs a reminder that every life matters. And if you're ready to take action, remember that every little thing counts. Every small act of kindness ripples out into the world, touching lives in ways we may never fully understand.